Welcome to a Healthy Living video blog at workoutmaster.com. Today we're going to talk about excuses, results, goals, and why do you and people come up with excuses?
I think they oftentimes come up with excuses because they truly don't know how to say no, or because they just don't know how to do things.
How many clients do you have that come up with excuses not to do things that they pay you for?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them have excuses.
A lot of people find.
But I have to say that I have excuses too. I mean, nobody can.
Well, everybody having excuses, guys. It's obvious. We should realize it. Now, why people come up with excuses? What?
I think they come up with excuses because, in all honesty, they don't see a way of doing things. Is above and beyond themselves where they try to do anything from eating better to just getting to bed earlier to doing their workout. And oftentimes, it's not that they have an excuse; it's that life happens and things get interrupted. So
well,
I think
it's a way to get out of responsibility.
Yes, it's a way to justify it at the same time, to justify the flow of life. Why you haven't accomplished things, why you haven't gotten to do things, because yes, life needs to have a flow, and that flow sometimes does not go with what your ego wants, tells you to do, which is very linear, and life oftentimes moves. This sounds like a little airy-fairy. It moves like a river. It has a winding curves.
So excuses take you left, excuses take you right. You're pretty much not in control.
I don't know.
Your life unfolds in front of you the way excuses will tell you.
I don't know if excuses make you go from left to right. I think that life makes you go in all kinds of directions, and excuses is a way almost to avoid having flow.
Well, one good thing I learned from studying NLP is excuse is basically avoidance of responsibility.
Well, yeah,
and
that's true.
Only way to get to where you want to go is by taking full responsibility for any action that happened, regardless if you think it was within your realm or it was for somebody else's. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So the minute, guys, that we take responsibility, and I'm not saying that you should take responsibility for every single little thing that happens in your life. You'll probably go crazy. Sometimes you do need to use excuses. But if you would want to achieve something in your life, if you truly want, first figure out why do you need it, and why is it important for you. Second of all, take responsibility for everything that happens. Let's say when you drive a car and there's a traffic and there's some idiot driving down the road, you can blame the idiot, or you can say, I can do something about it. I can change my line and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So when, let's say you're trying to start an exercise program and you're tired, you don't want to do it, and you find an excuse like, oh, I just have to do something else. You can take on responsibility and say, hey, maybe I didn't do it today, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. Or I'm going to do it today, but I'm going to do it easier. But anytime that you take on responsibility and say it's up to me, I can do it, I can change it, that's the minute that you're actually going to start getting results. And guess what? After studying with NLP, I started doing a lot of those things. I'm obviously not perfect, nowhere close to be perfect. I do a lot of mistakes, I screw up a lot of things, but nonetheless, anytime that you take on responsibility and truly say, I am responsible for this, and this is happening because of me, then put you in a position to change.
Yes. Because
the minute that you give up that right of your taking on responsibility, you say that you're not a part of the problem. And if you're not a problem, guess what? There is really no truly solution, so therefore you're just a victim. If you play a victim your life, guess what? You're just going to be victimized your whole life.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
So I think it's very important, guys, if you find excuses, if you're not getting what you want to the degree that you want, sit down and find what are excuses you're truly given. Now, if you cannot, try to give the excuses why you're not getting what you want to somebody else, to like a coach, maybe find like an NLP trainer or any coach for that matter, and ask him to be honest with you.
Well, the thing is that those coaches...
Because a lot of times people don't call you on your bullshit also.
Well, that's for sure. So why do you think that is?
Because that creates animosity.
Yeah, because they're making an excuse for not, for not creating reality, for not formulating reality, which is to tell people, Aaron, as far as this goes and this goes, you're full of it.
Yeah.
But here you're true. So yeah, and I think that's one thing that that Aaron and I, that actually we work out really good as friends, is because we hold each other accountable for the things that have to be taken into action. If I need to do something, I understand that Aaron's going to tell you, dude, this was not done, what happened? And I will come up with some bullshit answer, because that's my excuse. But oftentimes it says, I didn't do it because I couldn't do it. So that's not an excuse, that's just the honesty.
That's honesty, that's cool.
Right? So that's fine. Accountability is very important, because without it, you cannot see how things are moving on forth on life. If you want to achieve, to have a great, business, you have to have a regimen of the things that you have to do. And you have to be accountable for your success and for the failures. And they both are teachers. I mean, it's not to say that it's
neither one is better or right or wrong.
Absolutely. I understand that when you make an excuse, it's not that you're not permitting yourself to be true, it's that life is teaching you something. It's showing you something that you might want to overcome, or you might pass on it.
It's almost like when you give excuses, you refuse to learn. Kind of.
I like that.
Yeah. All right, guys, remember, if you come up with less excuses in your life, then your future looks better already. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.